Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Legacy Team Productions live stream of the St. John's Lady Redskins basketball. St. John's heading into this game is ranked number 2 in the 2A conference and number 6 in the Copper Open division. They head into this game with a record of 13-2 as they take on the Northland Prep Spartans with a record of 0-14. Starting lineup for the Redskins are number 1, Morgan Lee, number 13, Avalon Udall, number 21, Rory Knight, number 22, Ivana Richardson, and number 30, Hadley Charleston. Game has begun with the tip-off, and it starts with the jump ball off. We will reattempt the tip-off. Officials tonight, referee Jill Rulapaw, and umpire Scott Baker and Robert Rivera. St. John's wins the tip-off. And now Morgan Lee has it. To Richardson. It's a Udall. Udall with a deep jump shot, too. Rolls out of the rim and is missed. She gets her own rebound. And that is taken away from number 2, Bella Short for Northland Prep. Starting lineup for Northland Prep Spartans are number 2, Bella Short, number 3, Camry Lane, number 4, Hayden Massey, number 11, Alyssa Martinez, and number 14, Reese Garcia. And now that's Martinez with the jump shot. Is missed. Short with the rebound and the score. Have up here with me Mr. Paul Hancock.
Well, good afternoon, Mr. Kale.
Now Lee with the deep three-point shot is missed. Charleston with the rebound. Now to Richardson with the jump shot off of the back of the backboard and missed. Udall tries to get the ball back quickly for the Redskins. Tips it out of bounds. Massey passes into Garcia to start this possession for the Spartans.
Rory Knight might be a little slower today, because all the medals she won earlier with academic decathlon. And that ball goes out of bounds on Northland Prep. Lee brings the ball up, gets it to Knight. She crosses the timeline.
Now Knight takes the three-point shot off the back of the rim and missed. Rebound by Massey.
And ball turned over by Northland Prep.
Charleston to pass in to Lee.
St. John's off to a little bit of a slow start today. A little earlier game time might have something to do with it.
Knight's deep shot is missed. St. John's playing tough defense as usual from the start here.
Yeah, they are in-your-face, intense defense for sure. So frustrating to play against a team like that.
That shot is missed. Charleston with the rebound. Facing pressure from Martinez. Gets it to Lee. Across the court to Udall. Udall thinks about three-point shot. Is missed and hits umpire Scott Baker right in the dome.
Right in the dome. He got the noggin buster. He's got that fancy fireman mustache going on right now too, looks like.
And Knight is fouled on the shot. She will go to the line and shoot 2.
Your wonderful mother brought you something to drink?
Knight is 13 for 22 on the season on free throws with a 59% percentage. Makes the first one.
Gets the first points of the game for St. John's. 2.5 minutes in. I guess they have.
And gets both of them now.
Huh. I guess they credited her that prior to her shooting the second one. They had faith in her. So 2-2. Richardson's like, I'm going to get that. And Baker
Foul.
says, you
Foul
bounced
on
that ball
Richardson.
off my head. I'm going to call a foul on you.
Garcia with the shot and missed. Richardson with the rebound and loses.
Oy.
Tries to keep it in bounds, but throws it straight at the wall.
Yeah, she was trying to play off of that contact and was worried about the contact more than keeping in control of the ball. So she ended up losing it and then flicking it out of bounds. So
now Garcia gets a pass to Lane, is missed. Udall with the rebound. Udall has 7.1 rebounds per game. Leads the team.
looks like we have Jared Spiller watching the live stream this afternoon. So welcome, Jared. It's a short staff today. We have our main man, Jared Winters, running the camera, tech support for us, and then Cale Hancock and myself. So we're a little short staffed today. Some of the students decided that they felt they needed a little time off and a break. So
Lucy Sundahl and Olivia Richardson are in the game now for the Redskins. Lee gets there across the court. Sundahl back. And Sundahl gets back to Lee. Over to Udall near the bottom of the paint. And Morgan's pass is over the head of Udall and out of bounds. Abby Wagner enters the game for Morgan Lee.
yeah, she was a little fast on the pass, and so it went a little high. She had a little bit more time than she thought, but it was a good look. It's good to see unselfish basketball being played.
Sundahl manages to keep the ball in bounds for the Redskins and is shoved by number 0, Bethany Blair, for the Spartans.
So 2 fouls apiece, 4 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Wagner gets a pass to Richardson down the paint, and she scores. St. John's in the lead.
First lead of the game, for the night, for the...
And Sundahl tips that away twice, has a wide open lane for the quick fast break, and gets it.
Yeah, I like how she went in there using her left hand. You know, it's almost like back in the day we always had fundamentals and PE, you're working on your left hand. And today it seems like, I'll just get it in the hole. So good to see a left-hander in there.
Sundahl, with that shot, has 183 points on the season. Olivia Richardson manages to keep the ball in St. John's possession. To Udall.
I like that. Push the pace. Don't have a good shot. Get it back out.
Gets it across Sundahl. Gets
it.
it to Udall down the paint. Udall's shot is missed. Rebound contested for between Wagner and Massey for Northland Prep. Jump ball is called. It will go Northland Prep's way. Reese Garcia re-enters the game. Anna Lipsy goes to the bench for Northland Prep. That pass is tipped by Wagner. Richardson comes up there and gets it back to Wagner. Wagner having trouble with control of the ball, and a foul is called on Northland Prep. Richardson to pass in. Richardson gets it across to Udall. Udall with a three-point shot. Rolls around the rim and is missed. Rebound by Massey. And timeout will be called by head coach Jaden Dorvac for Northland Prep Spartans.
Looks like that's going to be the long variety of timeouts, so we do have a minute.
We are back from that long timeout taken by Northland Prep. St. John's with a 6-2 lead here. 2 minutes 38 seconds left in the first quarter of play. Massey passes it into Martinez. That's Garcia. Gets it across to Blair. Then Sundahl knocks the pass down and gets the fast break for St. John's. Right off of the timeout.
That's a good way to come out of a timeout. You get a quick steal and a bucket.
And Rory Knight hustles across the court to tip that pass out of bounds.
And you know Coach Davis not happy about the slow start for St. John's. So he's doing all he can to fire them up and get them to become a little bit more efficient out there.
And now that pass goes in the hands of Richardson, and Richardson manages to get the fast break.
I was talking to another official the other day, and they were talking about St. John's Lady Redskins and how they get their hand on like half the passes at least.
And Wagner tips that ball away from North Prep, misses the shot, and then Richardson gets the rebound and fails on the shot, and then that's knocked out of bounds by Garcia for Northland Prep.
I think if you watch them a little bit, you think that 50% of the passes is probably quite a low number. They're on everything.
And now St. John, he gets a pass in and the shot and the points.
Northland Prep right now, you want to slow it down a little bit, get it past the timeline, and have people come help get the ball out of the trap.
And now travel from Garcia. St. John's will have possession again. Now he gets the ball in the paint to Wagner, and Wagner is fouled as she tried to go up for the shot. Looks like she will shoot two. Foul is on. Couldn't see the numbers Scott put up.
14 maybe?
14, Reese Garcia. Her second of the game. Wagner makes the first one. Wagner on the season is 13 for 28 on free throws. Makes that 15 for 30. Northland Prep with possession. Garcia loses possession, and Richardson takes it away. And now slip up from Richardson, caught as she travels.
Yeah, you come to a jump stop right there, and you won't travel. She tried to just do a running stop, and you don't call for a travel if there's anything weird happening. She just couldn't stop in time.
Morgan Lee enters the game for Abby Wagner. And that pass is tipped away by Knight, and Knight is fouled as she tries to come down the court. Foul on number 14, Reese Garcia, her third.
And that should be 2 free throws.
And it'll be 2.
They didn't catch it, but it should have been 2. There's 5 fouls now. The interesting thing is they could change it at any time until the second dead ball. So there, now you got a dead ball right here. So the table could get their attention and have them shoot 2 free throws down there if they so choose. But they're going to shoot 2 here.
That foul is on number 4, Hayden Massey, her first of the night. Oh, no, foul on number 4, Lucy Sundahl for St. John's.
And that falls under the correctable error part, which is one of the more confusing parts of the rule book.
Clive Evans misses both her free throws. Ball out of bounds. Be St. John's ball. Sundahl to pass in from in front of the St. John's bench. So Richardson, Northland Prep, trying to get a full court defense. Richardson gets across the court to Knight. Knight under pressure. So back to Sundahl. Sundahl gets it, tries to get into the paint for Sinjani, and a shoving foul is called on Bella Short for Northland Prep. Sinjani will shoot 2. Sinjani makes the first one. She's 17 for 25 on free throws, including that one. Make that 18 for 26. And Prep trying to make something happen now as time is closing in on the end of the first quarter. That ball goes out of bounds. It will be Northland Prep ball. 14 seconds remain in the first quarter. And Northland Prep manages to keep possession of the ball. Well, Evans with a deep 2-shot miss. Sinjani comes up with it. 5 seconds. Gets it wide open to Sundahl down the court. And gets the points before the buzzer rings. St. John's hanging in second quarter with 15 straight points after a slow 0-2 start to this game.
Yeah, they started off slowly to begin the game in the first quarter, but they were able to allow their defense to get some turnovers, easy layups and some buckets, and then they go on a 15-0 run. And Northland Prep, it's 18 now. They're adjusting the scoreboard from the scorebook, so we're at 18-2.
18-2 is
so
this
18-0 run by St. John's, and Northland Prep. They scored probably in the first minute of the quarter. They scored really early, so
St. John's on the season as a team has 477 steals. Leaders of that are Olivia Richardson with 97 and Abby Wagner with 92. Lucy Sundahl with 63.
Yeah, they, like I said, they get their hands on everything. A lot of tip passes. They battle for rebounds. They just work hard. They try to outwork and suffocate every opponent.
Lee to pass in now to the Olivia Richardson. Both her and her sister Ivana are on the court right now. Udall takes a deep 3-point shot, and Shazam, it is in. Udall, St. John's leading scorer, entering this game with 215 points for the Redskins. It makes that 218. She leads the team on scoring with Lucy Sundahl in second with 181. Now, Udall gets a takeaway for the Redskins. Olivia thinks of 3-point shot, then gets it to Lee, who takes 3-point shot as missed. Charleston hunts that ball down for the rebound. It's it back to Lee. We have a handoff to Udall, to Olivia, to Ivana. Over the middle to Charleston. That's tipped out of bounds by Northland Prep player. Udall to pass in for the Redskins. It's all the way across the key to Richardson. Now Lee with 3-point shot, missed, and foul on number 14. That is Reese Garcia for Northland Prep. It occurred before the shot.
I believe that was on the rebound. She pushed, trying to get better positioning. That puts 4 fouls on her with 6:55 left in the second quarter.
Dangerous territory for Garcia.
She looks pretty upset as the coach walks her out in the hallway. So hopefully mentally she can get it back together.
And Charleston and Massey fighting for the rebound. Jump ball is called, goes Northland Prep's way. And now Northland, that shore is surrounded by a swarm of St. John's defenders. Jump ball once again will go St. John's way. Lee to pass in for St. John's. Finds Udall open as Northland Prep is doing a full court defense. Pressure from Martinez. Lee able to get it to Charleston. Charleston turns it over to Short. No, correct. That's Massey to Lane. To Blair and then to Martinez. Blair with the deep two-point shot is good. Their first points in starting this game. Up 2 on St. John's. Scores 21-4 now. 5:56 remaining in the first half. Lee gets over to Udall. Udall. It's it back to Lee. A little high of a pass, but Lee's able to come down with it. Now to Ivana in the paint. Ivana with the left-hand layup misses it. Blair for Northland Prep with the rebound. Udall trying to get the ball back from Blair. Chasing her all the way down the court. Now Blair lobs that one all the way up to Short, and it goes out of bounds. Abby Wagner and Jordan St. enter the game for Morgan Lee and Ivana Richardson. Wagner to pass in for the Redskins. Finds Udall. Udall finds Richardson. Back to Udall. Gets it across half court. Facing tough pressure from Blair. And timeout called by head coach Ray Davis. Smart timeout is Blair was not letting Udall go anywhere with that ball. Timeout for the Redskins. This is the second to last game of the regular season for the Lady Redskins. They'll have today, as of this Saturday evening, they will take on the Round Valley Elks this coming Tuesday here at Verl Heap Gymnasium, and then host a regional tournament matchup this Thursday. We will bring both games straight to you. Same goes for the boys basketball, except after the Tuesday game, they have a makeup game against Morenci, and then Thursday will also host a regional game.
Yeah, the big game coming up with Round Valley. Round Valley girls. Winner hosts the 2A region tournament up here. So St. John's would really like to get the win here and host the tournament here.
And that should be a good matchup. St. John's the number 2 team in the 2A. Round Valley the number 4 team in 2A. Wagner takes a deep two-point shot, is missed. And Udall gets the rebound and the points. And now Wagner tips that ball away. Knight was also in on the tip. Wagner comes away with it, facing pressure from Abigail Zeziger. Foul on her. Her first of the game. Coming right off of the bench. Wagner to pass in for St. John's. Gets it to Sundahl. Now, Knight from the top of the post. Misses it, and that's knocked out of bounds by Northland Prep. Udall to pass in for St. John's. To St. St. gets it back out to Udall. Wagner finds Knight, and Knight is tripped up as she tried to go in for the layup. Foul on Northland Prep. On Short. Her second of the night, of the evening, I should say. Third foul of the quarter for Northland Prep. Sundahl gets across to Knight for the deep 2, is missed off of the rim. Wagner gets the rebound, gets to Udall. And now a bit of a pinball passing action. Wagner misses a shot, and now Sundahl with the rebound. And Udall tips that missed shot out of bounds. It'll be Northland Prep possession. Halfway through the second quarter, 4 minutes till half. St. John's with the 19-point lead on Northland Prep.
I think both teams, we had a 16-point lead going into the second quarter, and now we're only at 19. Both teams have slowed down. St. John's has slowed down their scoring big time.
St. Jenny gets a rebound. Now Knight goes up for the shot. It's missed. Knight gets her own rebound, and on the follow-through is fouled. Fourth foul for the Spartans. And she will go to shoot 2 as it was on the shot. So now every foul for Northland Prep for the rest of the half will be shooting fouls. Knight makes the first. Now Sage Platt and Susie Andrus enter the game for Udall and Sundall. Knight's second shot is missed. Northland Prep comes away with the rebound. Northland Prep trying to find open lanes through this suffocating St. John's defense. That shot is knocked away by Synergy. Wagner comes away with it. So Sundall. Sundall takes a shot. And zing go the strings.
There you go. Nice little 17-footer.
And foul on number 11, Abby Wagner. Her first of the afternoon. And the first for St. John's in this second quarter. Missed shot from Blair. Synergy for St. John's comes away with the rebound. Now Knight with the jump shot off of the rim, missed. Tries to get her own rebound. Wagner gets the rebound. Goes up for the shot, is missed. And Knight snags the rebound away from multiple Northland Prep defenders. Wagner gets into paint to Andrus, to Platt. Platt misses, shot, gets her own rebound, gets to Synergy. Now once again, Andrus with a deep shot, and once again delivers. Timeout called by Northland Prep. 2:07 remain in the first half. 28-4 is the score. St. John's, after their slow start, now have finally found their rhythm. Slow down a little more, but now are back on their feet.
Yeah, they're just slow start again of the quarter, and they picked it up a little bit, starting to get some easy buckets.
Northland Prep out of the timeout will look to cut into this lead before we head into halftime on this final day of January 31st, this Saturday evening, Verl Heap Gymnasium. And pressure from Andrus and Platt. The foul will be on Andrus, her first of the game.
Second for the quarter, minute 48 to go.
Short leaves the game for Northland Prep. Alana Clark enters.
That ball was just barely missed. Morgan Lee almost had it.
And now shot from Zeziger is missed. Knight comes away with the rebound. To Lee. The Platt. Platt lobs it over to Ivana. To Knight, back to Platt. To Andrus, Platt. Now Lee takes a three-point shot. Off of the rim. Rebound by Ivana. Ivana dribbling around the paint. Gets it to Andrus. Andrus with another deep shot. Couldn't deliver that time. But Platt on the follow-through could not come through.
Northland prep girl just took the ball to her face. Her teammate punches the ball, and it goes straight into her face, and she goes down.
Abigail Zesgers, who went down. It's like she will head to the bench to be checked up on. Hayden Massey will enter.
Officials called a quick jump ball on that one to get the clock to stop so he could check on the poor girl.
1:03 remaining in the first half. St. John's with the lead. Hadley Charleston enters for Rory Knight on the St. John's side. Martinez facing pressure from Andrus and Platt. Andrus forces the jump ball. This time it will go St. John's way. Ball's tipped away from the hands of our umpire, Robert Rivera.
Robert Rivera's been able to move up in the ranks, and he's a junior college official.
Wow.
So, quality officiating on the floor tonight.
And that ball goes all the way across the court for St. John's. Andrus will let it roll out of bounds. It was last tipped by a Northland Prep player, and it remains St. John's ball. Good job for her chasing it down and not letting any Northland Prep player gain possession of it.
Nice defense by Northland Prep. Turns the ball over.
33 remains in the first half. Shot clock turns off. Jump pass from Massey. And now Garcia with the shot is missed. And now Blair facing pressure from Charleston, and Lee gets it to her teammate. Now Garcia with three-point shot delivers.
Yeah, nothing but the net on that one.
And now Lee's facing lots of pressure. Manages to get it to Richardson. And she bounced past it to Andrus. Couldn't come away with it, but Charleston gets it. And now Charleston's shot's deflected, but Andrus comes away with it. St. John's refusing to let Northland Prep get the ball, and no scoring there as we head to halftime. St. John's with a 28-7 lead, or like saying football, 3 touchdowns.
Yep. So now we have the young kids coming out to dance, so we'll take a break, Kel.
It's the Legacy Team Productions. Lovely. We are back. We are back from halftime at Brill Heap Gymnasium this Saturday afternoon, final day of January. St. John's not quite on the court, ready to begin the second half. Manages to rush out there, and after Garcia's missed shot, now Garcia goes to the three-point shot and makes it. Starts off strong from Northland Prep after St. John's was caught off guard. They came out a little slow from the locker room too, but hopefully they can manage to get back into a rhythm here.
I'm sure Coach Davis wasn't happy with their effort in the first half. Obviously the score's lopsided, but the effort wasn't there, I'm sure. Number 14 for Northland Prep hits a big three. She's been out a long time with her 4 fouls, so she needs to be super careful right now on defense.
St. John's passing the ball around. Shot clock. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. And Charleston tries to keep a hold of it. And shot clock violation.
I thought Scott Baker was down there saying, hey, look at my hair. It looks nice.
Yeah, don't hit it in the basketball anymore
That's
please.
Right. That's right. No more headshots, por favor.
Like Scott Baker, longtime official, does football, basketball.
He's a softball coach for Holbrook.
Softball coach for Holbrook, and just recently took himself out of a basketball game to watch his favorite team, the 49ers, lose 41-6.
It's still a sore subject, Kale, with Pittsburgh losing big too. So
at least they're not the 49ers. Trouble and pain from Charleston. Charleston managed to force the jump ball with Garcia.
Northland Prep's playing with a lot of energy right now. That's good to see.
It's at Richardson to Udall. Now Lee with the deep three. Not quite a Shazam there. Off of the rim and missed. Goes out of bounds off of Northland Prep. Udall to pass in. Lee to Knight. Now Knight tries to get it to Udall and is fouled on the pass by Massey. Massey throwing her hands up. What did I do?
Yeah, I think, a lot of times they feel they get a lot of basketball, and so there's a lot of myths out there and theories, but get called for a foul.
Third foul for Massey tonight, and Richardson starts St. John scoring off. The shot from bottom of the post. From Prep. Charleston rips the ball away from Lane. It's a Udall who's facing pressure. Udall tips it off of her own foot, and it will go Northern Prep's direction. St. John's heading into this regional matchup are 7-1 in the region, lone loss being to Round Valley. They're ranked second in 2A behind undefeated Pima, and Redskins are 13-2. And 6th in the Copper Open Division. The best teams from 1, 2, and 3A in the state.
For scores around the country that mean absolutely nothing to most people, Lindenwood beats Moorhead State 79-78. Go Lions from the Wood. And our wonderful West Virginia Mountaineers drops one to Baylor by 10, 63-53.
For some context, with me, Paul Hancock, he played at Lindenwood while it was still a JUCO school. Now they're D1.
NAIA.
While they were NAIA, now they're D1. And then also has a old NPC college teammate, Johnny Estelle, is one of the assistant coaches for West Virginia. Actually had an up close of him in that game on the ESPN2 broadcast.
I got a double foul. You rarely see those. I can't remember the last time I called a double foul, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen that.
Usually, and Scott's a great official, so I'm not knocking anything. Usually you're in there barking and trying to get him to knock it off. Sometimes we actually killed the game. The other day, Quinn kills the game, makes them shake hands. Just let them know they're being seen, and usually they'll knock it off.
Lee tips away the pass intended for Martinez. Now facing pressure from Martinez. Fades away on the shot. Missed. Udall tips the rebound. Ivana comes up with it. Then Udall gets the rebound after Ivana's She backs up a bit to get a clear shot and then passes it to Charleston. Charleston loses control, gets it to Knight. And Knight on the chaotic possession for St. John's comes away with 2.
That was actually a good possession. I was just thinking up here that these officials are letting them play, which prepares you for the state tournament.
Quick score there for Garcia.
You know, you get to the state tournament, the officials allow a little bit more to go. They want the players to make plays, and then you have a quick foul right there. But you want the players to be able to play through contact and play through things and make plays. So I like that they're allowing some physicality out there.
Full bench rotation for the Redskins. Into the game goes number 2, Olivia Richardson. Number 4, Lucy Sundahl. Number 11, Abby Wagner. Number 14, Susie Anderson. Number 53, Jordan Sinigini. Saw this a bit with the boys' game the other night, too. They were kind of starting off slow. Coach Casey Heap rotated the entire bench in and then got a rhythm going. Ball rolls out of bounds, tipped by a Northland Prep player. Wagner to pass in for St. John's. Say hi to Sundahl, back to Wagner. Over to the key is Richardson. And Wagner throws it across to Andrus. Andrus with the deep 2. Gets it in. Now Garcia with the ball, facing 4 fouls and tough defense from Sundahl. Blair lobs it up to Short. Short gets it to Garcia. Garcia with the jump shot miss. Sinigini comes down with the rebound. It's passed to Olivia. Olivia to Wagner. Wagner goes up in the paint. Sinigini comes away with the rebound and ripped out by Blair. Nope. Sinigini rips it from the rip out. And now Sundahl was to touch that one in. And Andrus comes with the rebound and follow through. Foul is called by Scott Baker.
This is going to be an interesting one because he's going to count the bucket. And then there's a foul on number 2 with the hold on the potential rebound. So the basket counts. St. John's gets the ball.
That foul is on number 2, Bella Short. Martinez exits the game, and into the game goes Camry Lane. No, she's already in.
Nope, they're gonna.
Olivia Evans.
He did say it was on the shooter instead, so it is 1. But you can have that. Like you can have a shot and then box out a little too hard and get the foul called, and then you get the ball back.
Olivia misses the first.
Oh, that's because they had 5 fouls.
Makes sense.
So
4 fouls on Bella Short now for Northland Prep 2. So Northland Prep has 2 players who are in foul trouble 4. And Wagner sinks that one in for St. John's.
Officials might realize, too, that if they continue to call it as tightly, and they weren't calling it that tight to begin with, but if they continue with the way that it was going, Northland Prep is going to run out of players. So
and now shot from Lipsy is missed. Sinigini comes away with the rebound. Lipsy tries to knock it out of Sinigini's hands, but Sinigini comes away with it. Finds Sundahl across the court. Is missed. Garcia in foul trouble gets the rebound and is fouled by Richardson.
I wish we had a close-up of her face when the whistle blew, because it was one of complete surprise that they would call a foul on me.
From Prep with possession. To Garcia. Garcia turns it over to Sinigini, and
the other night
she'll shoot 2.
In a couple of nights, they could have used that double leg takedown.
Yeah.
Wrong sport today, though.
That foul was on Reese Garcia. She goes to the bench with 5 fouls. She has been disqualified from this game.
Yeah,
Hayden Massey enters for her.
With 2:42 left in the third, that's a big loss for Northland Prep. So, almost got the full quarter in before her 5th foul. Kudos to her for working hard.
Substitutions for St. John's. Number 5, Sage Platt.
We also
Number
have
3 out, Allie Platt, and 25, Libby Overson.
We have one coming in.
And then
the
Hadley
shooter.
Charleston will come in for Jordan Sinjini after the shots.
Well, this is one where you look over there and know that someone's coming for you, so you just throw up a brick. Now me, I was such a great free throw shooter, they were all bricks.
That shot from Massey is missed. Sinjini comes with the rebound, gets it to Sage. Sage across the court finds Andrus. Andrus making her way to that pass. Blair for Northland Prep comes away with the takeaway. And now a 2-point shot from Massey is missed. Short with the rebound. Blair throws that one up, and two Northland Prep players collide. Evans with a missed shot, and that's Lipsy with who got fouled.
Yeah, they'll put her on the line with minute 59 to go.
Foul is on Susie Andrus, her second of the night, third for St. John's in this third quarter of play. 1:59 remaining. Lipsy's first shot is off the backboard and missed. And now Charleston enters for Sinjini. Lipsy's second shot is up and through. 39-13 lead for the Redskins. Quick passing around for St. John's. Charleston gets it to Allie, and then three-point attempt by Sage is missed. Andrus rips the rebound from Zesger's hands, and Andrus with the shot, and there's points.
Yeah, the St. John's girls, they just attack everything.
Now travel from Evans.
That's a false start. Wrong sport. Illegal formation.
Also wrong sports.
Kick out of bounds.
The official sign of many words.
And
Overson is fouled on the shot. She will go up and shoot two. Foul is on Bella Short, and I believe that is her fifth foul of the night. So a second Northland Prep player exits the game due to foul trouble. Alana Clark enters. Overson will shoot two. Overson misses her first one. Overson's second shot is missed. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Northland Prep ball. 1:21 remains in the third quarter. Short-handed Northland Prep team with two players disqualified now. Trying to make something happen. Overson turns the ball over, and jump ball is called as Charleston fought with Evans for possession of the ball. Technical foul called on Jaden Dorvac, the head coach for Northland Prep.
Yeah, I think she's just frustrated, getting beat pretty badly. Two players foul out. She would like to see a little bit more consistency, would be my guess. But you know what? If the fouls aren't there, the fouls aren't there. Now they are allowing them to play a little bit, so it's the physicality's there. But I think the physicality helped Northland Prep and keep a couple girls in the game. So
Andrus makes the first shot for St. John's. Ray Davis chose her to shoot the two. Misses the second one off of the rim. And now I believe St. John's will now have possession after the technical foul.
Now one thing, they'll look over and see her standing up there and realize that she needs to sit down now. She lost her coaching box.
Missed shots from St. John's. Lipsy comes away with the rebound for Northland Prep. Under a minute to play now in the third quarter. One more point for St. John's, and we will have a running clock in the fourth quarter. Mr. Paul Hancock's texting Scott Baker here for see after the game. Then Lipsy gets the points for Northland Prep after the St. John's turnover. Just gets it to Overson after the Northland Prep points. And travel on Andrus. Northland Prep will have the ball once again. Probably see a lot more calls go Northland Prep's way as try to take control of the game, and sure, Northland Prep finishes the game with 5 players. Allie Platt gets a rebound.
They still have 5 players eligible on the bench, so I think
now
at
Andrus
that
with
point,
the shot off the back of the rim, missed. That concludes the third quarter. Northland Prep will have the ball to start the fourth, as directed by the arrow on the scoring table. Ray Davis already took out his starters for this game. They'll most likely not risk anything as they have the massive Round Valley game coming up this Tuesday. We'll want all his players well rested for that one. Once again, that determines who hosts the 2A region finals. Will it be here or in Round Valley? We'll find out Tuesday. And is it the boys or girls game who determines?
the girls' game is determining where the tournament's going to be held this year.
Okay. And regardless of the boys' game, it will be in St. John's or Round Valley, correct?
What's that?
So if St. John's wins
That'll be here.
the girls, even the boys' tournament will
Absolutely.
be here as well.
Yep, this year it's the girls' champion.
That will be February 5th through 7th. First round of the region tournament will be here in St. John's, and then the finals on Saturday will be here or Round Valley. If it is in Round Valley, then Let's Go Elks will have the broadcast of that.
Yep, and I'm sure Let's Go Elks will be doing plenty of the broadcasting here as well. They're pretty active in the community. If it's here, we'll try to get as many of them as we can as well. Don't want to burn out Kale and the rest of the guys. One of our main cameraman's down there on the front row in a poncho.
Yeah. Looks like he is. No, cousin Emmy was here early, and I was trying to recruit her to do camera work for us.
There you go.
She refused.
I'll do the camera work. She could work. She could talk with you.
Yeah, she refused on that too. Have you do the camera and have Jack up here commenting with us.
All he'd do is talk about Tutu. Hey, Tutu.
Oh, he loves his aunt's tutu. Platt with the deep 2 shot is missed. Lipsy with the rebound. Now Evans with the ball for Northland Prep. 3-point shot from Lane is off the back of the rim and missed. Clark with the rebound. Now Evans once again 3-point shot missed. Charleston with the rebound. Knocked away by Lipsy, but Sage Platt maintains possession. So to Allie. Allie missed that shot, and then Overson on the follow-through.
Yeah, it was a great job by Overson maintaining position and going right up with the ball.
44-15 is the score. 29-point lead for the Redskins. How's that for math?
There you go. Your mother would be proud. Speaking of Oversons, they're probably sitting at home watching on their big TV. And Overson has good positioning there as well. Gets the rebound.
Yeah.
Got some the starters coming back in.
Probably have my Trek parents, Brett and Stella Overson, watching right now.
I saw him walking out to this car, so he may have left. I'm not sure. But they might be watching. But I know Grandpa is. He stopped me on the way asking if we were doing it because he was excited that he can stay at home and kick back in his lazy boy and watch it on the big screen. He didn't tell me that he mutes it though, but I'm sure he does.
Allie Platt gets a takeaway for St. John's, then gets it Overson to Charleston. Charleston loses possession of it. Lipsy comes away with it.
This is actually really good that, the bench players, some of the substitutes got a lot of playing time tonight. It helps them improve and gets them ready in case one of the starters goes down and they need to play some substantial minutes in the state tournament.
And it looks like soon, the next dead ball, they'll have a break. Rory Knight, Vanna Richardson, Morgan Lee, the three seniors are on the score table waiting to be subbed in.
You want to get your younger players in as much as you can, though. That's how you develop your program and get the kids ready for late in the season, but also next year.
Andrus comes away with the takeaway for St. John's, facing intense pressure from Lipsy. To Sage, and then Sage finds wide open Overson in the paint, misses that shot. Charleston, that one defied gravity and went out of the rim.
Sir Isaac Newton said, "What?"
9 out of 10 times that goes in. Now, Zesger missed the three-point shot. Allie Platt with the rebound gets it to Sage Platt. St. John's looking to take time off the clock. Now Andrews to the deep two, delivers.
And there's your magic number, Kale.
31-point game now. We have a running clock for the next 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Subs for St. John's been sitting on the bench for quite some time. Looks like now they'll finally be able to go in after that foul from Overson. Her first of the night. Shot clock continues to run, and shot clock is going down too, but I believe that should be turned off as well.
Yeah, the shot clock should be off. Almost banked it in.
0 for 2 on the free throws. Seniors back in for St. John's.
Do they only have 3 seniors?
4.
4.
Charleston remained in the game, and so did Susie Andrews Jr.
Yeah, and this could be one of those ones where the seniors are like, we don't get many more of these opportunities on our home court. Let us play some more.
Richardson is fouled on the shot. She will go line shoot too.
Truth is, with Richardson, you want her to get a little bit more time because game conditioning, the timing of the game, she needs to get some. Ivana needs to play a little bit longer, I would say.
Vanna makes the first shot.
She is going to be needed to be able to defeat Round Valley and for any substantial run in the postseason. Speaking of postseason, let's look at some stuff. Let me pull it up.
Vanna makes a second shot.
In the Copper division which is the open division of 1, 2, and 3A, you have Snowflake, Tuba City, Pima, Valley Christian, Winter Rock as your top 5, and you have St. John sitting at 6. Then Fort Thomas, San Carlos, Round Valley number 9, Arizona Lutheran, Page, Mojave, Accelerated, Alchese, Yuma Catholic, Push Ridge, Joseph City. So you have 16 teams in there. Joseph City is actually a really good team, and they're sitting at 15-1 overall, but they're number 16 in the Copper. They could actually make noise, but they would run up against Snowflake, who would probably be able to defeat them.
Where's a Santan Charter in the conference alignments?
This is on girls.
Oh, girls, yeah. The boys' Santan is dominant, beating 6A teams, and had a 142-12 win over Miami yesterday.
Yeah. So right now, if these rankings hold true, St. John's would play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Page, it looks like.
And that would be at home?
It should be at home.
In the Copper division.
In the Copper division. They are sitting at number 2 ranked in the 2A girls. Now, the way it works, if you lose in the first 2 rounds of the Copper, then you go back into the 2A tournament, which we all remember Miami doing last year.
And clock stops on that as we're under a minute to play left in this game. following this game, St. John's boys will take on same team, Northland Prep.
You don't like to see that. Morgan's grabbing her thumb. So in a game that's out of hand, easily won, she grabbed her thumb. So hopefully it's nothing major. Hopefully it's just a little bit of a bump.
Hopefully not. Sage Platt and Libby Overson enter for Ivana Richardson and Roy Knight, and then it looks like Allie Platt will enter for Morgan.
Yeah, Coach Davis is like, that's enough. We don't want you to get hurt. Let's get out of there. 46 seconds left. Let's finish and get ready for next week. Allie Platt with good defense right there. Moved her feet well. Looked like she's going to put both hands on. Last second chose not to. Saved her from a foul.
Low fouls occurred in this fourth quarter. 3 total. 1 for St. John's, 2 for Northland Prep. Charleston comes away with the rebound.
We need to do a shout out, see if Chase is watching. I'm sure he gets excited when he sees his sister on the YouTube. There's a travel.
Travel from Zesger. Martinez, not sure when it was called. 2.9 seconds left in the game. You can imagine you'll see a quick pass in, and time expires. St. John's comes away with the 51-15 victory, adding another game to their win streak, now 14-game win streak. They now head into the Round Valley game 14-2. They'll take on the 16-2 Round Valley Elks, ranked 4th. This coming Tuesday here at Burl Heap Gymnasium. We'll bring that to you. Until then, signing off for now. We'll have the boys stream up in a brisk moment.